Hi guys, it's your old pal Paula. Remember me? It has been so long since I've sat down to film a video. Life has been ridiculously busy. Life is always busy, but it has been so busy I haven't even been able to sit down and film a video in what feels like 2 weeks maybe. It's been a minute. A lot of times now that I'm back at work, I will batch film several videos on a Saturday or Sunday and I'll spread them out throughout the week. But this past weekend was bananas and there was no stopping. We celebrated Ron's 10th birthday. He is now 10 years old. We're in double digits and he had a big old bowling party at a local bowling alley. It was a lot of fun. It all went off without a hitch. Well, there was a couple hitches, but it wasn't my fault. There were some issues with the pizzas at the bowling party, but that was out of my hands. But everything I could have done went off perfectly, but I literally spent all day Saturday running around, making treat bags, buying candy, organizing, wrapping presents, and then Sunday was the bowling party, so I didn't get any filming done this week. And Mondays and Tuesdays are now my late days at work, so it's very hard for me to film on those days as well. So here we are. It's Wednesday and I'm trying to film. We'll see if I can get this video up today, maybe tomorrow. But this is going to be my August empties and low buy update. And despite the fact that we are more than halfway through the month of September, I don't have a lot. You would think I would have this huge pile of empties, but no, it's not that many. So let's get started as to what I've finished up since the last time I filmed an empties video and low buy update. First of all, I finished another candle. This is a Bath & Body Works candle in the scent Lemon Verbena. I would like to direct your attention to this label right here. Can you see that? 2014. This is why I've had to change my ways, because time flies and I don't realize it. When I buy things, I often buy them thinking I will get to it soon. I don't need it immediately, but I'll get to it soon. But no, it was 9 years ago that I bought this, at least. I mean, I would have to assume I bought this 9 years ago and I'm just getting around to it. And that's kind of the problem with how my brain works and the reality of the world. Time moves a lot faster than I realize it does. And, I buy more than I actually need. I don't know if it's the age of this candle or if it was just a dud, but it did not burn evenly. And this wick just kept burning out over and over, and I just finally had to let it go. I kept trying to relight it and it would light up for like a minute or two, and then I'd come back around and it would be burnt. I liked the smell of this very much. The lemon verbena smell was nice. It was a good like end of summer candle. I don't know if Bath & Body Works still makes lemon verbena, but I had just finished a hide nor hair candle called Cactus Flower, and that had a lot of lemony notes to it. And I enjoyed it so much that I wanted to keep the lemon going. And this was the perfect candle. And I wasn't ready to switch to fall scents. I have since switched to fall scents, even though it's technically not fall for like 3 more days. And I want every last day of summer that I can possibly have. I have managed to switch to a fall scented candle, but this was the last of my, well, I don't know if it's really a summer scent, but I might have considered it a spring scent at one point, but it was perfect for the end of summer and it is gone. And I have one less candle from 9 years ago sitting in my house. I have 4 little perfume samples over here. These are all part of my advent calendar project pan, and I talk about these in greater detail in those updates. But I finished off another one of these Aqua di Gioia, Aqua di Gioia, I think is how you pronounce it. This is a Giorgio Armani scent. I finished off one of these earlier in the year as well. Not a fan favorite. It's all right. It's not bad, but it's just not me. So I'm glad to have that gone. I finished off Spark by Liz Claiborne. I actually really like this. There was something about it that was kind of old, but I don't know. I liked it. And then I finished off this Olympia from Paco Rabanne. I really like that, but I don't know where I can buy it. It's probably still being sold on like a perfume website, but I don't see it being sold at Ulta or Sephora anymore, if it ever was. But I like the scent very much. It also does kind of remind me of the same things that I like about that gold couture scent that I recently got from Viva La Juicy. It's Juicy Couture, right? All right, I'm getting mixed up. But I got that perfume in Gold Couture, and this reminds me of that enough that I don't feel like I want to like chase this down and get this one as well, but I like this a lot. And finally, I finished off this sample of Lucky You. There you go. And again, it was all right. Didn't last very long. It was one of those perfumes that I'd put on and like 5 minutes later, I would have to question whether I remembered to put perfume on or not because I couldn't smell it. But it was a nice scent and I didn't mind it. And because I have these 4 empties, I've gone over the mark for another 10 perfumes. Every time I finish 10 of these little samples, I give myself a half of a point towards my low buy. And with these 4, I've gone over the mark again. I have to double check where I'm at right now, but I think I'm at 23 or 24 right now. So yes, I'm gonna give myself another half a point towards my low buy for another 10 perfume samples. I'm back to using bar soap, and so since my last update, I've used up 2 bar soaps. The last one's in the shower now and it's almost gone, but I did buy a large package of these Dove Original Beauty Bars from Costco when they were on sale, and that's what I've been using for the most part. I am still also using one of my foaming body scrubs from Onyx Bathhouse. So between that and these, that's pretty much what I'm going with because I've pretty much used up all my body washes. I do still have one more body wash, but it's paired with a lotion, so I'm saving that for next year. So I've been back to using bar soaps, and I've finished 2 off since the last update. Everything else I've finished off is makeup. There are 3 primers out of the 4 makeup products I have here. I finished off my Ren Perfect Canvas Primer. This was in my 54321 project pan, and this lasted a long time. I thought it was going to go much sooner, but it took about 7 months, close to 7 months for me to finish this entire bottle, which I consider to be a pretty good deal. This product was gifted to me from the brand Ren after I won it in an Influencer contest. I don't think Influencer still does this, but Influencer used to offer prizes. So Influencer sends you free products, and you have to complete certain tasks to review these products. You have to test them out and complete certain tasks in exchange for receiving the product for free. And they might have 5 or 6 tasks for each campaign. And if you complete all 5 tasks, you earn a badge from the brand for completing all the tasks. And if you earn the badge, your name gets put into a running for a free gift. I won a couple of times. One time I did a Influencer Vox box for a tea company, and I won a bunch of free tea. And I won this from Ren after completing the Perfect Canvas campaign that they were doing. So I didn't buy this, but I really enjoyed it, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good primer, and I'm sorry it's gone, but it was 4 years old. So I'm glad to have finished it because it was getting on the older side. I've also recently finished this Laura Mercier primer. This was in my 6 by Santa project, and this was on the older side too. I'm actually not sure how old this is because it was handed down to me from Jamie. It was decluttered to me from Jamie, and so I don't know how long she had it before it came to me, but I've had it for a while, and it was definitely time to go, and I'm so happy it's gone. So yeah, one more primer gone and out of my inventory. And the 3rd primer I finished is an eye primer. This is of course the original Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Here it is right here. I really enjoy this primer. I think it's very good. I did get a memo from Nicole from Tinkerbell Rock saying like, you're not gonna cut that open. There's like a good month's worth of product left in there. And I think I might cut it open. So, I'm still thinking, I'm definitely considering cutting it open, but for the sake of this being an empty, I'm calling it at this point. I feel like whatever I scrape out of a cut open package is finished product, but that took about a year to finish. It took a really long time, even though it is a deluxe sample. This is not a full size. This took forever, but I really enjoyed it. It started out in my 50 Shades of Purple, and then it eventually ended up in my Graveyard project pan. And my final empty for today is an eyeshadow from my Viseart Petite Pro 2 palette. I'm so excited, but I finished this shade right here, and it was a light peachy shade. I really liked it. This palette, of course, was my Panette palette a couple years ago, and so I probably should have had this finished way back then, but I didn't get the job done back then, and I'm happy it's done now. I could see myself finishing this shadow. I actually use this mostly as a face highlight rather than an actual eyeshadow, and a lot of the product is gone and the pan is pretty thin, but I don't have plans to work on any of these shadows at this point in time. So this little palette is going to go back in my office for now, and we'll see when the time comes for me to pull it out again. I don't know when that will be, but I'll be ready. Whenever the time comes, I'll be ready to work on it again. So those are all of my empties for the past month or month and a half. So let's move on to my low buy update. As of the last time I filmed one of these videos, my low buy balance was at a horrible negative 123. I'm pretty sure that's an all-time low. It's never been that bad before. And the reason it was so low was because I got that, what killed me the most was that I got that Safari Rain palette from Colored Rain that I had ordered a year ago, back when my low buy balance wasn't as damaged. But I had to count the points, so we're at negative 123. I am going to give myself 4 points this month towards my low buy bank for the empties that I have today. I'm going to give myself a full point for this Ren Perfect Canvas, a full point for the Urban Decay Primer Potion, a full point for the eyeshadow from my Viseart palette, and then I'm going to give myself a half of a point for this Laura Mercier primer, and then of course a half of a point for the 10 perfume samples that I've finished. So 4 points going towards my low buy, which would bring my low buy balance down to negative 119. The question is, did anything new come into my life over the past month? And the answer is, of course. Something new comes in every month. I did not buy it. Well, I bought one thing, but that's not going to count against my low buy. But let me show you what's come in over the past month now. I have a little cheat sheet over here with some notes. The first product that's come into my life since the last update was this retinol from Murad. This is the Resurgence Retinol Resculpt Overnight Treatment, and I received this complimentary from Influencer for review. This is a pricey little product. This retails for $105, and this is my first time trying a retinol that I can think of. I don't remember ever using a retinol as part of my nighttime routine. If you've ever seen my comment section, you've probably seen a comment left there from somebody named Dominica time and time again, and she's kind of become a friend of mine, and we talk a lot, and she gives me skincare tips often because I don't consider myself to be a skincare expert by any means. And she's been recommending different retinols to me for the last couple of years. And when she described her nighttime skincare routine, it felt like it was a little more complicated than what I was personally comfortable with. And she would even say, like, if you try a retinol, you'll look 5 years younger. But I just was like, I don't know if I want to keep track of all this. So I never did it, but I have been using this because it was sent to me, and I do like it a lot. I've been taking like before and after pictures of this product, and I'm not sure if the camera is really picking up on the differences, but I use 3 pumps a night, and I literally apply it over my entire face and all the way down my neck. And I would love to see my neck I mean, I don't know if it's possible for this mark right here to become less apparent, because I mean, that's kind of where I bend my neck 5,000 times a day. But I was also kind of looking at like this area right here, and of course my forehead. I don't feel like I have any major wrinkle issues, but I definitely think I suffer from, I'm at an age where I have fine lines, and I'm trying to combat that. I thought this product was really good. $105 is kind of expensive. I'm glad that it is available at Ulta, so in theory I could use Ulta points to buy it rather than spending my own money, because that would be kind of a hard pill to swallow. But I thought the product was really good, and it did have kind of a nice light floral scent that I really enjoyed. And yeah, I think it does good, but I don't know. I'm still not sold on skincare. I wish I could buy into the whole skincare thing. I do believe in keeping your skin hydrated and moisturized, but yeah, $105. What do you guys think? Do you guys use retinol? I don't know. The good news is that some people can have sensitivity from using this product, and I did not experience any sensitivity whatsoever. My skin was totally fine with it. But yeah. I've always said that if there's one area I wouldn't mind investing money in, it's skincare, but still when I see the price tag, it's kind of like, ouch, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about retinol. Okay, the next thing that has come into my life in the past month is a sample pack of Lumi deodorant. I've been having a lot of deodorant issues over the last month. Part of that might be due to the unbearable heat and humidity we've been dealing with, but I was just becoming so aware of how short my native deodorant was lasting. And I've been a religious native deodorant user for like 4 or 5 years now. That's the only deodorant I use, but I finished my last native deodorant. I think that was called Cactus Flower 2. And I felt like it was a faulty stick of deodorant. I felt like it wasn't working and that I wasn't getting a full day. Like, I don't even need a full day. I don't need like 24 hours. I was just looking to get through my work day. Like, just get me through 8 hours before I can smell myself and I'll wear it. But I felt like it was giving me like 4 or 5 hours. And if I like turn my head or raise my arm, like I could smell BO, and I can't deal with that. I don't want to smell like BO during my work day. And so I had come to the conclusion that it was a bad tube of deodorant or bad package of deodorant. And then I switched to a new package, which was a newer, more recently purchased deodorant. And it was a totally different scent. And I was having the same problem again. And I was like, okay, maybe it's not just a bad deodorant. Maybe this deodorant isn't working with me anymore. Maybe something has changed, and for some reason this deodorant isn't being effective. I had gotten a comment in my comment section from Amy, who is Curly Loves Books and Beauty, and she asked, have you ever tried Lumi deodorant? And I hadn't. Of course, I've seen the commercials. How could we not have? I'm sure you've all seen the commercials for Lumi deodorant. And so I was at work one day and I was talking to my coworkers and I said, hey, have any of you guys ever tried Lumi deodorant? And 2 people were like, yeah. And I was like, do you put it up your butt crack like they say in the commercials? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, does it work? And they're like, yeah, it really works. Obviously, the product claims to have 72-hour protection. Nobody I know of is going 72 hours without showering, so nobody could verify if it's 72 hours. But they thought it was a really, really long-lasting deodorant. And in fact, one of my coworkers said that she only uses it for special occasions. Like, it's too good of a deodorant to use from day to day. She uses a totally different deodorant most days, but on days where she really wants to make sure she smells good, or days that she knows that are going to be extra long, that's when she uses the Lumi deodorant. So I found this 5-pack of sample deodorant from Lumi on Amazon, and I picked it up to try it out. And I've been testing it out for the last month, and I'm struggling with this too. So I don't know what's going on with me. If I'm starting to think the problem is me. Now, one good thing is it's not as blazing hot and humid as it was last month, and that's helped. I'm not sweating profusely all day long. But when it was still unbelievably hot and humid, I was having a similar situation with this, where a couple hours in, and I was like, I could still smell the deodorant, but now I smell my BO mixing in with the deodorant, and it's like, blah. And if I feel that way by my own smell, what does everybody else feel when they're standing next to me? Like, I can't live my life like this. But there's different scents. There is the unscented, which I still haven't tried yet. I really have no interest in anything unscented. I want everything to have a scent. And then there's clean tangerine, toasted coconut, lavender sage, and peony rose. They do have a couple other newer scents on their website, but like I said, I got this off of Amazon. The other thing I've noticed about this deodorant is that there's some kind of an underlying smell, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but I mostly smell it while I'm applying it, and then it usually, once it like dries down, I don't smell it anymore. But there's some kind of smell like underlying underneath the fragrance. The fragrance of all these is nice. but there's a stinky smell in here and I can't quite figure out what it is, but I don't like it. And it pretty much goes away after I apply and it dries down. But as I'm applying it, I kind of want to throw up. It might be the smell of a butthole. I'm not sure. There's some kind of a weird, oh, something's squirting out. There's some kind of a weird butthole smell. And I just, I don't like this butthole smell. Anyways, once it dries down, I'm not very aware of it, but I really don't like that smell. And I went back to like Facebook to look at like the comment section of their posts, because that's where I see this advertised constantly, to see if anybody else was mentioning this like butthole-y smell on it. And I didn't see anybody talking about it. Everybody just gave it like glowing reviews, like best deodorant ever. And I'm like, first of all, it's not the best deodorant ever. And second of all, I keep getting this like butthole smell, and nobody was complaining about either of those issues. So again, it sounds like it's a me problem. And I don't know why I'm having all these problems, but I'm happy to okay, now I'm just, what the hell? Get in there, deodorant. Stop. It just keeps trying to come out. Why? Stop it. Long story short, I have found a solution, and I'll tell you what it is. The solution is I'm doubling up. I'm putting the Lumi on first when I first get out of the shower, in my armpits, in my butt crack, everywhere they tell you to put it. And then I apply the Native on top, and that is finally working. And I feel like I am smelling fresh all day long until well into the night. And I don't feel like I even smell that bad when I wake up the next morning. So I finally have a solution. The problem is that this is an expensive solution. And for 1/10 of the cost of 2 deodorants that are both fairly expensive, I can just go buy the stinking aluminum deodorant that I've been trying to avoid for the last 5 years at my local grocery store, and probably have even better protection. And it's frustrating. And I'm getting ready to quit this whole aluminum-free journey, because I'm not really interested in spending $11 for a tube of Native, and then however much this stuff is, it's not cheap, and doubling up and using twice as much product every day to get as much protection as a stupid bar of Secret would get me from the grocery store for $2.99. Like, I'm ready to quit it. And I feel like I've given this whole aluminum free thing a fair try. It's been like 5 years, and for some reason it's just not working for me, and I'm struggling. So I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with this. I'm happy that this is working for me. I do have a couple more tubes or bars of Native deodorant in my cabinet, because you guys know I like to buy like years worth of product and hang on to it. But once those are gone, I don't know. I might just go back to some aluminum, drugstore, cheap deodorant and be done with this, because this is getting expensive and I don't want to spend that much money on deodorant. Like, I have kids that might need to go to college one day. What am I doing? I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. Butthole. There's a butthole smell. By the way, I paid $31.99 for that Lumi deodorant sample kit on Amazon. So for 5 samples, I paid $31. It feels like a lot of money once again. All right, the next thing that came into my life over the past month were 3 products from a brand called Heimish. Never heard of Heimish. Somebody from the brand Heimish reached out to me over on Instagram and sent me a DM asking me to choose 3 products to test them out for review, and then discuss my reviews here on YouTube as well as over on Instagram. And I said, absolutely. Yes, I would like to do that very, very much. I've said this a million times, but when I first started watching YouTube videos back in 2010, my whole obsession was the dream of one day being able to review beauty products. So that's still something I love very, very much. And I'm always excited and honored when a brand reaches out to me, which doesn't happen often, but when it does, it is unbelievably exciting to be able to review products. So I chose 3 products from this brand, Heimish, and I've been testing them out, and I have some reviews from you. Let me know if you guys have ever heard of this brand. I never heard of it. I will link their website down below for you guys if you want to check them out. But the first thing I picked out was this All Clean Balm Mandarin. Cute packaging. And this reminds me very, very, very much of like Pharmacy's Green Clean and Clinique's Take the Day Off. It is a solid cleansing balm. It comes with this flip top lid and then this secondary lid, and then that's the product right there. As you can see, I've tested it out. I am currently working on a Pharmacy Green Clean, so I didn't want to use this too much because I basically found them to be identical to each other. Obviously, Green Clean is green and has a slightly different scent. Even though this says Mandarin, this is pretty much unscented. I really don't smell much at all with this, but I feel like they work the same. Now, to be clear, the way I use these cleansing balms is only on my eyes. I like to put a very small amount, like a pea-sized amount, on my hands and kind of gently massage it over my eyebrows, my eyelids, and my eyelashes to loosen up any pomade, mascara, and eyeliner that's on my eyes. And I really don't use this kind of product anywhere else. I then go in with a cleanser like my exfoliate cleanser and wash my entire face off with that. So that's how I use this, but I feel like they perform very similarly. This product did also come with this little scooper, which I've been trying to use, and this is just like a plastic scooper. This product retails on their website for $18, which I feel is a pretty good price compared to like Clinique Take the Day Off and Pharmacy Green Clean. Although now that I think about it, I'm not exactly sure how much they cost, but I'll have something on the screen to indicate how much they cost so that you know, even though at this moment in time, I don't know. But I thought it was really good. And if it's a significantly cheaper price than Pharmacy, I would definitely consider going with that one. Although I also do have a similar product from e.l.f. that I haven't really tested out, but I feel might be doing the same thing. And I'm pretty sure e.l.f. is cheaper than $18. So I don't know. But I thought this was very good. The next product that I chose was this Marine Care Eye Cream. I love that color. And it came with this little applicator. Has a little like metal cooling ball that you could use to just kind of like, oh yeah, rub it in, massage it, and cool your eyelid. And then in this end, it's kind of like a scooper, which I have been using quite a bit for my nighttime moisturizer as well. And this is kind of a, again, it has a nice lid and it has kind of a nice color. It's kind of like a algae green color. This is a very, very thick moisturizer, which is really what I prefer in an eye moisturizer. I want my eye cream to be very thick. This is the kind of product I would probably only use at nighttime. I really haven't used this for daytime, but for nighttime, I want a very, very thick cream on my eyes to do whatever magic it can do to keep them looking as young as possible, keep the wrinkles at bay, and protect my skin from any signs of aging. So I've really enjoyed this. This was a more expensive product, and actually this little container is $36. So I don't know why there's such a difference between the cleansing balm and this, but this is a pricier product, but I thought it was very, very good. And the third product I picked out isn't on the website anymore. It was on the website whenever I ordered this a month and a half ago or whatever, but when I went to go look up the prices yesterday, it's not there anymore. But it was a cushion cream foundation. And I love this packaging. Isn't that so cute? This is my first time ever owning a cushion cream foundation. And I'm sorry to report that I don't have a review of this product because I haven't actually tried it out yet. But this also has a nice protective lid. It comes with a nice spongy pad. I did swatch it just to get a swatch. I felt like when I swatched it on my hand, it was too light, but now that I see it on this, that doesn't look too light at all. So I'm not sure. But yeah, once you open the lid, there's a sponge with the product in there. And then like a lot of these cushion foundations, it does come with a backup refill. So that's nice. So I'm really excited to test this out, but I haven't actually tried it yet. I'm so close to finishing. Well, I actually have since finished another foundation, but I really wanted to focus in on the foundation I was trying to finish panning before testing this out. So I don't have a review of this, but I don't know if it matters because this isn't even on the website anymore. So I can't tell you how much it retails for, and I can't tell you that you could buy it if you were interested in it, but I think it's beautiful packaging, and I am excited to try it out. This is, like I said, I'm excited to try out a cushion foundation. There's one more product that came into my life over the past month, and it was another influencer product. This is a sample of cologne. Took me a minute to figure that out. It's from Bulgari, and this is the La Gem Tigar Ude perfume. Even though this was in a black packaging, there was a part of me that thought it might be a women's cologne or a women's perfume, and so I took it out of the bottle and I sprayed it on me, and I wore it for a while, and I'm like, no, that doesn't smell right. I don't like that smell at all. And so I finally looked it up, and yeah, I don't see this perfume for sale at Ulta or Sephora. I had to go to the Bulgari website to find this, but this is officially a men's cologne. I am 100% sure. When it says pour home, then I know it's men's, but because it said Eau de Parfum, I think that also confused me into thinking that maybe it was a perfume for women, but no, this is definitely for men's. I handed this off to my husband right away and said, test it out. He has tested it out. I don't think he liked this very much. He's used to using like Axe body spray, and I think he doused himself with this, and he was like, whoa. He wasn't expecting this to be as strong as it was. I haven't heard much from him since, but I don't think this is his kind of scent. But let me tell you about this scent if you're not familiar with it. First of all, a 3.4 ounce bottle of this retails for $400. My chin hit the floor. My experience has usually been that women's products are seriously overpriced compared to men's products, but this is a 3.4 ounce of this is $400, and that seems a little crazy to me. This is considered to be a citrus woody scent, and on their website they described the olfactive pyramid. I never heard of the word olfactive before. I heard of olfactory, but the olfactive pyramid is grapefruit accord, ginger essence, and ambrox, A-M-B-R-O-X, ambrox accord, ambrox accord. I'm not sure how you say that, but grapefruit, ginger, and ambrox. I'm not sure how to say that. Those are the notes in this. So I don't think this scent is for me or my husband as far as what we are into, like me into what men's colognes smell like and him into what men's colognes smell like. But I wanted to tell you about it, and I'm really grateful to Influencer for sending me over a very expensive sample of a very expensive perfume, cologne, whatever. Oh my goodness. I'm not charging myself any points for that. So those are all of the new things that have come into my home, into my life since the last update. I am actually only going to charge myself 1 point against my low buy bank for out of all those things, and that is for the cushion foundation. I feel like that goes against my low buy rules, but I feel like everything else was within the safe to bring into the house category. So yeah, just one item is counting against my low buy. So let's go over my low buy bank one more time. As of last month, I was at negative 123. I had 4 things go out, and I had 1 thing come in, which counts 2 points against my low buy, bringing my overall low buy balance to negative 121 points. We went down 2 points. It's not great, but it's in the right direction. I think we all know that I am in a pretty big hole that I might never dig myself out of, but I just keep doing this to remind myself of what the overall goal is of my life, and that is to have less. That really is still my overall goal. Speaking of less, I have been watching a friend of mine who has a YouTube channel. She's recently changed her name. Her YouTube channel was previously Ruby Rouge Reviews. And she was a project panner and a makeup enthusiast, and she still is. That hasn't changed, but she's shifted gears with her YouTube channel. And first of all, I'm going to stop calling her she. Her name's April. April has renamed her channel to A Typical Life. And she has been talking a lot about minimalism since renaming her channel. She has challenged herself to purging 10 items a day. And every day she posts a video kind of going over a topic related to minimalism and some of the struggles that people commonly deal with when they're going through the process of trying to have less. And I have really been relating to her videos. I've always related to April's videos. I've always felt like April and I were kindred spirits. I've been subscribed to her channel for years and years and years. And yeah, I've always found her to be very relatable. She's not new to she is definitely not new to minimalism. I've watched her do minimalist challenges in the past. I've done, I think, 6 minimalist challenges in the past, and I haven't been talking about minimalism as much anymore. And I haven't done an official minimalist challenge in a long, long time, but I do feel like I have developed the skills to purge, which was a skill I did not have years ago. I literally held on to everything, whether I was ever going to use it again, because I had this mentality of like, well, maybe someday I'll use it, so I should keep it. And I've kind of gotten over that to some extent, but I also definitely feel like there's more coming in than going out. And I feel like if there was the analogy of somebody like treading water, like I'm sinking below the surface slowly, you know, every month I'm getting a little bit deeper. And, you know, a lot of that has to do with my kids. They have a lot of stuff. They bring in a lot of stuff. They go to birthday parties. They get these little gift bags with stuff. And I don't know what to do with all the stuff. And Hazel has actually recently started purging some stuff. And I am so proud of her. Ron's always been a little bit better about getting rid of stuff than she is. She was my super, like, I want to keep it all. And she's recently started getting rid of stuff, which just makes me so optimistic. But I still feel like there's way too much stuff in this house. But April's videos have been really inspiring me, and I haven't officially been purging in a formal way. I haven't been like counting things and taking pictures of things, but I do keep a box in my front hallway, and whenever something is ready to go, I throw it in the box so that when the box gets full, I could just take it straight to my local Goodwill. And anyways, I just wanted to shout out April and her new channel and her minimalist videos, and I will have her channel linked down below. It doesn't matter if everything she says is something I already knew or something I've already heard or something I've personally experienced. There's something about hearing it again that just kind of helps motivate me, and I hope that her videos could do that for somebody else too, because sometimes I just need to hear it again and kind of be reminded of my why. Because I forget. Sometimes I just kind of get lost in the stuff, and it's like, I think I'll just read a book instead of dealing with this. But April's videos kind of have been encouraging me lately, so I wanted to shout her out and link her channel down below. But as far as makeup, as far as the beauty products, I do feel like I am maintaining my goal of having less, and these empty videos and low buy updates do kind of confirm that, despite the fact that my low buy balance does not confirm that. I wish my low buy balance was a reflection of the stuff that I'm getting rid of and the stuff that I'm not buying, but I think we all know it's not. But I do feel like I'm heading in the right direction still, and I'm going to stay the course. Long story short, I'm going to stay the course. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being patient for me while my real life gets in the way of my YouTube life. I don't like that, but you know, I got to prioritize all this stuff. I do have 2 little kids that are dependent on me, and so sometimes I can't do what I want to do. I got to do what I need to do. And the last couple weeks have definitely been handling stuff that needed to be done. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.